Good morning, Donal.
Good morning, Anne.
Thank you for being with us this morning. This is something that we all have to do a lot more of, cleaning and doing it in the right way. So we're very grateful to have you here this morning.
You're quite welcome, Anne, there. I'm delighted to be with you.
So you've got 10 minutes and I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Anne. Just keep an eye on the clock as we go along here, so you can give me a reminder there for running anywhere late. Just I suppose initially, as you're all aware there, I've been involved in the cleaning business for the last 16 years, since 2004 here in Kerry. And we have a network of guys throughout Ireland. So we've been putting some stuff together for protocols for businesses as they return to work. And today we're going to just talk, I suppose, initially about, the hospitality and the retail sector specifically. They're kind of next on the line to return. And again, as long as there's a lot of guidelines out there from the HSE, the HSA, and the ultimate goal here would be that the shopkeepers and the managers of the shops and hotels are proficient enough to open up and be confident that they have put everything they can into place for themselves, their staff, and of course their customers. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at through the prior to opening to the public, what a couple of ideas that maybe need to be looked at. A person who's going to be responsible for the cleaning within these shops, the retail sectors, and the hotels, their routine cleaning as it is, and maybe what changes they need to do, and what they need to do from the public spaces, and also just to be considerate about their own staff and in-house areas. So that we look at the proactive cleaning and sanitizations, and then we look at maybe checklists of what's recommended, the PPE and waste disposal, etc. So prior to opening to the public, again, the owners should appoint a person who's responsible for managing these procedures. Ensure you know what your specific government cleaning regulations are in relation to your particular business, as these vary from sector to sector. For example, are sanitizing stations placed at the entrances and the exits? Are staff required to wear the particular PPE, i.e. gloves, masks, etc.? And have you, as a manager or owner, acquired these items? Have you written up and printed cleaning SOPs, or your standard operating procedures, and checklists, are they in place? Are staff fully trained in these new regimes? And does the building require a specialist cleaning company deep clean? If you do or think you do, just give us a shout. We will consult with you on that on a one-to-one basis. A lot of buildings will not need a deep cleaning company to come in and do a deep clean, because the reality is they've been closed for so long. So it's advisable to appoint someone that can keep track of all this. So every business's appointed staff member will have the responsibility of ensuring the cleanliness and hygiene protocols are being adhered to and checklists are filled out regularly. All documentation should be filed and available to the relevant authorities. In this case, possibly the HSA when they do call and do an audit, etc. We do know that they're already doing audits for businesses that are open, so they will continue to do something for the foreseeable future. Responsible persons should be enhancing the safety and sanitation protocols to ensure customer safety amid COVID-19 and of course beyond. So for the routine cleaning, your regular cleaning should be carried out as normal, but special attention should be paid to all touch surfaces whereby an approved product would be advised to disinfect and sanitize. Just keep in mind that any use of disposable cloths or paper towel is strongly recommended for every area. Cloths themselves are microfiber cloths that we would normally use that's not disposable would carry viruses, etc. So just be aware of that when you're cross-contaminating. Special areas for hospitality, for example, would include the door handles, the light switches, tables, armrests on the seating, your TV remotes, the TVs themselves, kettle handles, the fridges, phones, toilet seats, full shower and bath areas complete. Special areas for retail might also, added to that list, might also have door handles, handrails, the clothes rails if they're a closed shop, basket and trolley handles, shelf fronts, etc., tills, payment terminals, countertop, conveyor belts, etc. The list will go on, and it will be specific to your own risk assessment when you do that before you open up, which would be highly advised. Best practice would be to clean all with a neutral detergent, detergent, sorry, excuse me, and would be to disinfect, same after cleaning with the neutral detergent. All the time adhering to the safety precautions on the product labels. There are a few approved products out there, and more have been added to the list every day. And what you're looking for is a product that will evidently say that it kills SARS-CoV-2. In public places, for example, in hotels and retailing stores, will have to increase the frequency of the clean disinfecting, possibly up to twice a day. Public space would focus on the counter spaces, again, as we mentioned earlier, the door handles, public bathrooms, room keys, the parking areas around the hotel, retail entrances to shops, etc. Don't forget the back of house or the staff areas only. In these spaces where associates work behind the scenes, and hotels and retail stores are increasing the frequency of cleaning once again, and focusing again on high touch areas like the staff lockers, for example, storage rooms, back offices, staff offices. And when we go into the likes of the offices, we're talking about underneath the desks, underneath your chairs, areas where you would pull a chair up to the desk, the phones, the PCs, etc. So proactive stuff that can be done for the cleaning and sanitization. Regular sanitization systems out there would include fogging systems. Fogging system is basically ideal for public areas or high traffic areas using an approved product to kill SARS-CoV-2. Again, fogging may or may not be required for your business, but it's worth looking into. It can be costly in the long term, but if you're looking at maybe putting the right protocols in place for the bedrooms or for the public areas, or offices and stuff like that, the public areas might be the ideal situation for fogging and sanitization. Ozone sanitization is also, ozone equipment can be put into rooms where they can be installed to sanitize everything within the room. However, it should be aware that ozone is not proven to kill SARS-CoV-2, even though it has been verified for previous strains like SARS-CoV-1, etc. Other systems out there, again using approved products, would be electrostatic machines. Maybe you need to look at purchasing one of these. These disinfecting machines, again, spray product onto all areas. Using approved sanitizers and cleaning products throughout the building would be highly advisable. Again, keep the things like the basic stuff, keep that going, so you're keeping your hands clean and therefore you're providing proper washing facilities. This is especially important to help prevent any virus from spreading, whether it is colds, flus, or in this case, our SARS-CoV-2. So, as I said, some of this is kind of going to repeat on what we've gone back over, but this is where it all kind of comes together. So, we'll be looking at, let's say, for example, have you a system in place for checking and keeping up to date with the latest public health advice from government, and to adjust your cleaning procedures in line with that advice? Have you a system in place of thorough and regular cleaning of frequently touched surfaces? If disinfection of contaminated surfaces is required, has it been done following the cleaning? Have the following frequently touched surfaces been included in your cleaning plan? For example, tabletops and desks, door handles and light switches, toilets, toilet doors, taps, remote controls, kettles, coffee machines, toasters, microwave, fridge handles, kitchen surfaces and cupboard handles. As I said earlier, it would be advisable to go through this and define your own checklist for the premises you're going to be planning on reopening. Are frequently touched surfaces visibly clean at all times? And are they cleaned at least twice a day? Are washrooms and surfaces in communal areas being cleaned at least twice a day and whenever visibly dirty? Have you provided workers with cleaning materials such as disinfectant or wipes to keep their own workspace clean? Have you told workers what they need to do to keep their own workspace clean? Workers are responsible for cleaning personal items that have been brought to work and are likely to be handled at work or during the breaks, e.g., for example, a mobile phone. Have you told workers to clean the personal items that they have brought to work? Again, saying the example of a mobile phone. as to avoid leaving them down on communal surfaces, or they will need to clean that surface after the personal item is removed. Have no-touch bins been provided where practical? Have arrangements been made for the regular and safe emptying of said bins? Have you sufficient cleaning materials available to allow for increased cleaning? Have cleaning staff been trained in the new cleaning arrangements? Have staff been instructed to read and follow instructions on the product or label, safety data sheet for any cleaning products before use, and that where relevant, as appropriate PPE is worn by cleaners? If the cleaning staff have been instructed to wear gloves when cleaning, are they aware of the need to wash their hands thoroughly with soap and water, both before and after wearing gloves? Is there a system in place for the disposal of the cleaning cloths and used wipes in a rubbish bag? Remember, current HSE guidance recommends waste such as cleaning waste, tissues, etc. from a person suspected of having COVID-19 should be double bagged and stored in a secure area for 72 hours before being presented for general waste collection. Is there a system in place to make sure reusable cleaning equipment, including mop heads and non-disposable cloths, are clean before use? And is there a system in place to ensure that equipment such as buckets are emptied and cleaned with a fresh solution of disinfectant before reuse? So again, just recapping on all that, that's really the list of stuff that's kind of recommended, and a lot of that comes from the HSA guidelines as well. So if they're going to be, these are the things they're going to be looking out for when they do, if and when they do call to your retail premises or hospitality sector, whether it's a hotel, guest house, etc. As I said earlier, I'm always available at the end of the phone. You can call me anytime if you have any questions. Just look up cleaningdoctor.ie or on my mobile 087 2581 681. We will try and help with consulting as many people as we can. Not always possible, but we will try and help out where we can. And if people want any more information, please give me a call. We are qualified and certified to carry out sanitization protocols, and we are using products that are approved to kill SARS-CoV-2. There are a few on the market, as I said. What you're looking for is a product that meets the European standards of EN 14476 in particular. That's me, Donal Sullivan. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope this piece of information was very useful to you.